Hello, welcome to lecture 12 and today I am going to talk about coordinate geometry. This is mathematics for class 9 based on NCERT syllabus. My name is Sangam Banerjee and my details are given below. So what is coordinate geometry? There is a Cartesian plane, that is there is an x-axis, the horizontal line, and this y-axis, the vertical, and they are perpendicular to each other. They are sometimes called Cartesian plane or the coordinate plane or the xy plane, okay, because there is an x-axis, the horizontal one is x-axis, the line, or axis it is called, and this axis is the y-axis, and any point on this plane is denoted by x comma y. If it is, this is in the first quadrant, second quadrant it will be minus x, so this is a line here, so this is negative x-axis and this is a positive x-axis. This is again a positive y-axis and this is a negative y-axis. So if it is a negative x-axis, then minus x, in the positive y it is y, in the negative x-axis minus x, in the negative y-axis minus y, it is in the positive x-axis plus x, and negative y-axis minus y. These are called quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and there are 4 quadrants. These are quadrant 4. So x is called the x coordinate, this is called the x coordinate, and y is called the y coordinate, or it is also called as abscissa. X coordinate is called abscissa, y coordinate is called ordinate. So plural of what axis is axis. Here I have plotted some points. These are tabulated here for various x and various y. So 0, 0 is here, x is 0, y is 0. 2, 3, x is 2, y is 3. So you go to x-axis along the positive, this is plus 2, and in the y direction you go plus 3. So this is a point 2, 3. So similarly, I can go in the negative x-axis minus 3 and then go up plus 1. So this is minus 3, 1. So similarly here it is say 1.5 negative minus x-axis and negative minus 2.5. This is 2, this is 3, this is 2.5. This is minus 1, minus 2, this is minus 1.5. Similarly in the fourth quadrant you go to x-axis 2.5, here it is 2.5, and y-axis is minus 1.5, you go down. Okay. So now let us talk about linear equation in two variables. That is, variables are x and y, but generally I write y is a function of x. That means whatever the x value is, I will get a y value depending on this function. So function, if it is a linear, then y is equal to x, it will be linear line. If y is equal to constant, then that means it will follow this line. Okay, this is a constant c, this is 0 comma c, that is y is c here, x is 0. Okay, this is y is equal to 2.5. This is the equation of the line where there is valid for all x. So I don't write x here. And similarly, here it is for x is equal to minus 3. So it can take any value. So this line is parallel to the x-axis, and this line x is equal to minus 3 is parallel to the y-axis, intersecting at x is equal to minus 3. So here again we will repeat a little bit. So this is the equation of line. This is y is equal to minus 2x plus 5. That means at x is equal to 0, y equal to 5. So at x is equal to 0, y equal to 5. Okay. And at y equal to 0, you have this minus 2x will come this side. So x is equal to 5 by 2, that is 2.5. So it intersects at 2.5. So how do you find the slope? You find the slope by, this is the definition. Okay. Difference between these two y-axis and x-axis, that is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1, or it can be other way around, y1 minus y2 divided by x1 minus x2. It doesn't depend, the sign that will take care of itself. So this is the definition of a slope or formula to find a slope. Here I have drawn, okay, so y2 minus y1 is this distance and x2 minus x1 is this distance. So this divided by this will give you the slope of the line. The slope can be negative or positive. This is for, here the slope is negative. So because as I said, 5 minus 0, 5 minus 0 is 5. And 0 minus 2.5 is minus 2.5. So slope is 5 divided by minus 2.5 is minus 2. So the graph of every linear equation in two variable is a straight line. Okay, now we discuss slope in more detail. So this is the equation of line. We know y is equal to mx plus c. So m is the slope, c is the intercept. So given this equation, how do I draw a line? I draw a line. I first put x equal to 0. So x is equal to 0 means y equal to 3. I plot it here. And then for y equal to 0, I have x is equal to minus 3 by 2, that is minus 1.5. So with these 2 points, I can draw a straight line. And this line will follow this equation. So similarly, if I have an equation 3x plus 2y is equal to 6, I again simplify it to y is equal to mx plus c. That is, I bring 3x this side. So that becomes minus 3x. So divide by 2, minus 3 by 2, and 6 divided by 2 is 3. So this is the equation of line for this. So for when x is equal to 0, y equal to 3, so I get this point. And when y equal to 0, okay, x is equal to, I bring this here, 3 2s are 6, divided by 3, this is 2. So with this 2 point, I draw a straight line. It will follow this equation. And what is the slope of this equation? Slope of the equation is, suppose I have this 2 point, that is 3 y2 minus y1, that is 3 minus 0, then divided by 0 minus 2. So I get a slope of minus 3 by 2. Similarly, here also, I take either this 2 point here, which we know, or if you extend it, you can do from here. That is, this is 3 comma 9. That means you go x-axis 3, y-axis 9 unit, and this is 1 unit here, and you go to 5 unit. So now I have here y2 minus y1, 9 minus 5 divided by x2 minus x1. I have this. So this is equal to 2. So this slope is a positive slope, and this is a negative slope. Now, if you have one negative slope and one positive slope line, and if it is extending to infinity, then you know that obviously it has to intersect at one point. So here it intersects at 0 comma 3. So you will here see that 0 comma 3 satisfies both the equation. That is, for x is equal to 0, y equal to 3. So y is equal to 3. And for y equal to 0, this 3 will go here, minus 3, 3 by 2. So it is minus 3 by 2 is minus 1.5. So this is satisfying here. This 0 comma 3 satisfies both the equation. And it falls on the line. And it means that. And then here also 0 comma 3, that is, if x is equal to 0, y equal to 3. So this, it falls here also. So this 0 comma 3 will satisfy this and this. So this is your 0 comma 3. See here 0 comma 3. So this is the intersection point. Okay. We will come to this more in our next slides. So any two non-parallel straight line will intersect only at one point, called an intersection point. That's what I wanted to tell you. Okay. Distance between any 2 points in a Cartesian coordinate. How do you find this? Suppose I have this point and this point. What is the distance? So distance is given by, now I use the Pythagoras theorem, which we have derived it. Okay, that is, if it is a right angle triangle, then this hypotenuse square is square root of this side a square plus b square. So here I have written d is equal to this a, distance a is x2 minus x1 is the distance, and y2 minus y1 is this, in the y-axis, this distance. Okay, y2 minus, this is b. So we know from Pythagoras theorem is that d square is equal to a square plus b square. So d is equal to square root of a square plus b square. So the a square is x2 minus x1, b square is y2 minus y1, which I have written. So the distance between a and b is 5 x2 minus x1, that is 5 minus of minus 6 is 5 plus 6 the whole square, and 7 minus of minus 9 is 7 plus 9 the whole square, is equal to 11 square plus 162. So you can use calculator and you will find like this. So this is how you find the distance between 2 points in an xy plane. Now we continue this linear equation in 2 variable. Now, as I had said earlier, that if there is a positive slope and if there is a negative slope, then it will intersect at one point. Okay, this is y is equal to, this is the slope is minus 1. Okay, and this is slope is half, which you can check it by, this is 0 0. You can do from here to here. We can check for this one, why it is minus. This is 5 minus 0 is 5, and 0 minus 5 is minus 5. So 5 divided by minus 5 is minus 1. So slope is minus 1 here. So similarly here also I can see for the red line here, also I can see here this point is say 0 comma 2. Okay, so if x is 0, y is equal to 2. So here I have taken, and if y is 0, this minus 2 will go here, and this 2 into 2 is minus 4. So this is the intersection. So here from here also you can see the slope is, okay, y2 minus 1, 2 minus 0 divided by 0 of minus 4, that is 2 by 4, that is half. Okay. So this is a positive slope, this is a negative slope. So linear equation, any equation, you can convert it into a equation of a line y is equal to mx plus c. So you can move this ax to the right hand side, okay, and it becomes minus ax. Similarly, c also, if you move it to right hand side, it becomes minus c. Why? Because if I want to remove this ax, I have to subtract minus x. So if I subtract in left hand side minus x, I have to subtract right hand side also minus x. So then I can remove this ax minus ax gets cancelled, but minus ax remains here. Similarly, c, I have to remove this c from here, I have to subtract c from here, but I have to balance this, so I have to write minus c. So here c minus c get cancelled, so it becomes minus c still remains here. So any quantity which you move from left hand side to right hand side, any positive number becomes negative. So similarly here also it becomes negative. So I can convert this equation to equation of straight line, that is y is equal to mx plus c. So I write here c prime. So c prime is minus c by b, and m is equal to minus a by b, where m is the slope, that is minus a by b, and c prime is the intercept at x equal to 0. If at x is equal to 0, y equal to minus c by b. So a linear equation in two variable has infinitely many solutions, but if you have two lines intersecting, then there will be one common solution. All y and x falls on this line will satisfy this, and all x and y falls on this line will satisfy this equation. Okay. Here I have written 2, 3 satisfies both the equations. Now I have plotted this Celsius and Fahrenheit. There are two temperature scale. One is Celsius, another one is Fahrenheit. This is the formula for converting Celsius to Fahrenheit, and this is a formula for converting Fahrenheit to centigrade. Okay, so I plot these two lines here. Okay, this is a red line is Fahrenheit, this is red label I have put Celsius. So I plot it here. Very easy to plot. Okay, take some value of c, find the value of f, again take another value of c, find the value of f, and you keep on plotting it. Okay, say here Celsius is 0. If Celsius is 0, Fahrenheit is 32. If Fahrenheit is 0, okay, you can find the Celsius here. This is the point. Okay, you calculate and find this point and extend this line. So now for given, if you want to know for given Celsius what is the Fahrenheit, you go to this Celsius and go up, and wherever it intersects, that is the Fahrenheit value. So this line you can use it for converting any centigrade to Fahrenheit, and similarly here also I can do the same thing. So similarly this line follows this equation. So definitely if I want to know, here I have written this blue line, this blue label. So if you know what is the Fahrenheit, you can know the centigrade in the y-axis. Celsius and centigrade sometime I may use synonymously. Okay. An interesting thing to note here is that at minus 40 they are intersecting. So here we see one interesting thing, that even though these both lines are positive, have positive slope, they are intersecting. Okay. Why they are intersecting? Because they are not parallel. So where will it intersect? It will intersect, see, if you consider this y-axis as a traverser, okay. So this angle here, the complementary angle, if you take this will be less than 180, and if I take this angle and this angle, it will be more than 180. Okay. So it will intersect at a point where, in that side where the sum of this complementary angle is less than 180. It's obvious, no? This is just converging here, okay, and this is just going far away. So it will never intersect. But if it is converging this side, it will intersect at one point. Okay. So boiling point of water, 100 degrees centigrade is 212 points. You just substitute here and find out. Freezing point of water 0 degrees centigrade is 32 degree Fahrenheit, and normal temperature, body temperature is 37 degrees Celsius, that is 98.6 6 degree Fahrenheit. Okay, and both these are intersecting at this point. Let us see some examples. We'll use this y is equal to mx plus c. So if you have an equation y is equal to 2x, intercept is 0, c is 0, and slope is m is 2. So you can always, for x is equal to 0, y equal to 0. For x is equal to 1, y is equal to 2. So you have this dot. You can extend now, you have now 2 points. So now you can draw always a line. Okay. And at x is equal to minus 1 is minus 2. So it will, this point will fall on this. So this line follows this equation. So similarly for y equal to 2x plus 4, I know this is a constant c is equal to 4. So that is for x is equal, this is the y-intercept, this 4. So at x is equal to 0, y is equal to 4. So x is equal to 0, comma 4. And slope, and here for y equal to 0, x is equal to minus 2. So 0, comma minus 2. And the slope, of course, you know, 4 minus 0 divided by 0 plus 2. So 0 plus 2 is 2. So 4 divided by 2 is 2. So slope is 2 here. So similarly, you can have here for this equation, y is equal to 2x minus 4. So you can, this equation, the equation of line, you can plot a line in your Cartesian plane or an xy plane as the argument given here. Intercept is minus 4 at x equal to 0. So 0 minus 4. And at y equal to 0, x is equal to 2. So 2. Now you have these 2 points, you draw a straight line. Okay. And again you can do 0 plus 4 is 4 and divided by 2 minus 0. So 4 divided by 2, slope is 2. And similarly here also, this is slope is minus 1 and intercept is 2. Just go through it, pause and go through it. Solve a system of linear equation by graphing. Suppose what I am saying is that suppose you have two linear equations and you have been told to find the coordinate x, y so that it obeys both the line. So that means you have been asked to find the intersection point. Okay. So you, one way is draw graphically and find the intersection point, and that is a solution. Or you can do without drawing graph also you can do. So say this is y is equal to 3x. Okay, this is y is equal to 3x and y is equal to minus x by 4. So I write y is equal to minus 3x is equal to 0. I bring it here and I write another equation, y plus x is equal to 4. So these two simultaneously, this is called the simultaneous linear equation, this and this. So I want to know what value of x and y will obey this as well, this equation and this equation. So what I do is I first remove y's. Okay. How do I remove? I subtract this equation from this equation, y minus y cancels. Then minus 3x, this I am subtracting minus x become minus 4x. And if I have to subtract all of them from this equation, all the elements. So now this element also I will subtract 0 minus 4 is minus 4. So what is x? X is equal to, this minus here, minus get cancelled. So x is equal to 1. So once I know x is equal to 1, so if x is equal to 1, y is equal to 3. Or if x is equal to 1, minus 1 plus 4 is y equal to 3. So y equal to 3. So without drawing this graph also, in pen and pencil here, you can find the simultaneous this two linear equation. So in second it is 2x plus 2y is equal to 6. Okay, and another one is 4x minus 6y is equal to 12. So I write this. See, I have 4x, but here it is 2x. So I multiply by 2, I get 4x plus 4y is equal to 12. So I multiply all the element. You have to balance it. If you multiply the left hand side by 2, right hand side by 2. If you multiply left hand side in one element, you have to multiply all the elements. So 2 into 2x is 4x, 2 into 2y is 4y, and 6 into 2 is 12. So I convert this because now I can easily remove this x. This is the equation of this which is multiplied by 2, and this 4x minus 6y by 12 is the equation for this line. So now again it is easy to cancel 4x, I subtract this. Then 4y this is minus. Minus of minus becomes plus, which we have proved it. So 4 plus 6 is 10y, and 12 minus 12 is 0, because I have subtracting. So y equal to 0, eliminating x. So if y is 0, okay, I put here y equal to 0, so x is equal to 3. Okay, in this equation also, if I put y equal to 0, x is equal to 3 for this equation also. Y is 0, x is equal to 12 by 4. If y is 0, 2x is 6, means x is equal to 6 by 2, that is 3. So this is the intersection point. Okay, 3 comma 0. X is 3, y is 0. So let us summarize. In this chapter, I am taking it from your book so that you know that we have covered. In this lecture, actually, we have covered 2 chapters, because these are mostly we have dealt in our previous lecture. So that's why we could finish it faster. So it's good for you. In this chapter, you have studied following point. To locate a position of an object or a point in a plane, we require 2 perpendicular lines, x-axis and the y-axis. One of them is horizontal, x-axis is horizontal, the other is vertical, y-axis. That we have seen. The plane is called the Cartesian or a coordinate plane, and the lines are called the coordinate axis. That I have told you. The horizontal line is the x-axis and the vertical line is the y-axis. The coordinate axis divide the plane into 4 parts. The 4 coordinates, there are plus plus, then minus plus, that is the second quadrant, minus x plus y, then minus x minus y, and then plus x minus y. Okay, the point of the intersection of the axis is called this axis, x-axis, y-axis, is called the origin. The distance of a point from y-axis is called the x-coordinate. Okay, so y is, say, the vertical. So if you want to move the distance from y-axis, you have to move in the horizontal line, that is x-coordinate or abscissa, and the distance of the point from x-axis is called the y-coordinate or ordinate. Okay, if the abscissa of a point is x, what is abscissa? Is the x-axis, and the ordinate is y, then x comma y are called the coordinate of the point. Okay, x comma y. Okay, these are ordinate and abscissa. You have to remember this word. X is called the abscissa, y is called the ordinate. The coordinate of point on x-axis are of the form x comma 0. So x-axis is all x, y is equal to 0. That is the x-axis. And similarly, the y-axis you can write as all x's are 0 and all value of y. That is the y-axis. Okay. The coordinate of origin is 0, 0. The coordinate of point are of the form, as I said, plus, plus, minus, plus. This is second quadrant. This is the third quadrant. This is the fourth quadrant. Okay. Plus denotes positive real number and negative denotes, of course. Okay. And if x is not equal to y, then x comma y, if you flip it, y comma x, they will not be equal. But if x is equal to y, then x comma y is equal to y comma x. That is obvious. Okay. So this is for the chapter 4. In this chapter, you have studied the following point. The equation of the form of ax plus by plus c, you can write this as an equation of a straight line. I have shown how to do. Here it is the same equation of a form is called a linear equation in 2 variables, x and y. The linear equation 2 variable has infinitely many solutions. Suppose if you have a line, you have many solutions, you have many x and many y which will fall on the line. So that line have many points, and how many? Infinite points. And even suppose you have only one variable, say y is equal to some constant. So it is a y equal to constant means it will be parallel to the x-axis, and this is a big line. So that also will have infinitely many sources. So all x will fall on that line y equal to c. Okay. A graph of every linear equation 2 variable is a straight line. That's what I have said here. Okay. Any linear equation of 2 variable is a straight line. X is equal to 0 is the equation of y-axis, which I have said, and y equal to 0 is the equation of the x-axis. Okay. So for along the x-axis, y is all 0, and along the y-axis, all the x's are 0. The graph of x is a straight line parallel to y-axis, which I have said. Okay. The graph of y equal to a is a straight line parallel to x-axis. Okay. It will be parallel to x-axis, a straight line. Okay. It will have infinite points. So infinite x will satisfy this, and infinite y will satisfy this equation. An equation of type y equal to mx represent a line passing through origin because c is 0. Every point on the graph of a linear equation 2 variable is a solution of a linear equation. Okay. So as I said, every point is a solution. Suppose one equation you have been given, you have plotted it. So all those points on the line will obey that equation. Okay, that's why that equation is valid for that line. Moreover, every solution of linear equation is a point on the graph of the linear equation. That's what I said. Every solution of linear equation is a point. So you find any solution x and y, you will see that x and y will fall. Suppose it obeys, okay, ax plus by equal to c, and you put x and y and that you get c, then it will fall on the line because that line has been drawn based on that equation. Okay. So thank you, and see you in next lecture.